after Gorbachev, is that they opened the prisons and the criminals, all the criminals came out, and they went to the army. And so what happens now is that young boys, and always poor young boys, of course, because the nomenclatura people, they pay enough money in order so that their sons don't go to the army, they are what we call greened, bijoutage, they are initiated into the army in the most horrible way. And there is a group of women, mothers of soldiers, who have published a book which is called Killed in Peacetime. 15,000 soldiers, Russian soldiers, have been killed by the army in peacetime because of this torturing which goes on, and this killing and this exploiting. So the mothers knew what was happening to their boys. They went to Chechnya and they got them back, and they found most of the boys, lots of boys, in Chechenian families, because the Chechenian families didn't consider the Russians as enemy at all. But they knew that those boys were getting exploited, and lots of them got killed. So this has been going on for the first war, but not for the second, unfortunately. Because the frontiers were closed, and but then the mothers, and they made their committees. There are 300 of them, committees all over the country, and they made their committees, and they were the first to set up, with the help of Memorial of Sakharov, peace conferences in order to get peace in Chechnya. And this is, for me, was really very important, because it's the same story as in Argentina. That is, when you go from the private to the public, from the individual to the collective, you discover something you didn't know about before. You discover politics, and you become politically active. So this made me think again about why mothers and why don't the fathers behave. The same story. All the fathers, they say, okay, he must be. My son had to learn about what it is to be in the army, and when they saw that it was worse than that, they just went to the bottle, and that was finished. And so I still was thinking about what is so special about women. Why don't women behave in the same way as their husbands? And this got me back to Virginia Woolf, and she said that what we can do against war as women is find new ways and new methods. And this is exactly what I have been discovering, that these people, these women in conflict and post-conflict situations, they are discovering new ways and new methods. They oppose the reasons for which men make war. And this is something for me completely new, because I think that there has been a lot of talk about the woman in our society. And we also speak about women, but who speaks about women? Women's in men's eyes, women's magazines, women's models, women's beauty contests, and all the other stuff. But women as collective, women together, as has been happening in Northern Ireland, I saw that too. It's completely different. Women outside the influence of men, what they should do in men's eyes, that's something completely new. And I really I really am very happy to have heard everything I heard, because I think we are all going in the same way. It's completely new. We are discovering things. And maybe I can end with a woman, end my book on this, because I think she really said everything. She's called Nurit Beled. You probably know her. She is an Israeli woman who lost her daughter through a terrorist attack. And she said, she has written, When my daughter had been killed, a reporter came to ask me if I was ready to receive condolences from the other side. I didn't hesitate a second. I said, no, I would not take the condolence from the other side. So when the representatives of the government of Netanyahu, who was a bit like a Sharon, or Olmert now, came to present me their condolence, I went outside and I didn't receive them. Because for me, the other side, the enemy, is not the Palestinian people. For me, the fight is not between Palestinians and Israelis, between Jews and Arabs. The conflict is between people who want peace and people who want war. Thank you.